snowstorm. Antarctica. Ice scientists are penguins.
Antarctica, they're opening the abyss.
Eye-watering cost of celebrities Antarctica super yacht trip. Dun dun dun.
Whoa, super yacht trip.
Super yacht trip. I think
Who's on the super yacht?
Well, we'll find out. I think it was especially relevant, this article, for a lot of reasons. We've been noting the celebritization of Antarctica. Antarctica is sort of its own celebrity now. It's, the place where no wars are allowed. It's the place with all the resources that everybody wants. It's the coolest place you can take a vacation. It's the coolest place where you can die on a boat if you take a vacation. It's the
Great
place
for kids.
It's the place where the science is being done that's going to save us from ourselves. It's the place. It's just it's everything. Antarctica is its own celebrity, and like any good celebrity, it must mingle with other celebrities. Let's talk about it now. The eye-watering cost of celebrities' Antarctica super yacht trip. Lewis Hamilton, Shaun White, Nina Dobrev, Zoe Dutch, and Jared Leto are among a group of celebrities who kicked off the new year cruising around Antarctica. Photos and videos the stars posted on social media showed the group on a luxury super yacht, posing with penguins and snowboarding. It has since been revealed how much the trip approximately cost, leaving shocked fans unable to comprehend what it would be like to be so wealthy. Then you've got a picture here of just a bunch of celebrities. I can't
put on some clothes, lady.
I can't recognize a single one of them, but they're all in tuxedos and cocktail dresses.
I think Shaun White's on the far left there. I recognize him.
Okay. And yes, they look like a bunch of celebrities having fun in Antarctica. The super yacht used was the Octopus, built for the late Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, the 126-meter vessel. Meters? Oh my gosh. It's like bigger
126 meters?
That is bigger than a football field.
Humongous.
Is one of the world's largest yachts. No kidding. No Octopus kidding. Listed for sale for 235 million euros. That's $362 million. Was sold to Swedish billionaire Roger Samuelsson in 2021 and is available for charter via Mayfair-based yacht broker Camper and Nicholson from $2.2 million per week.
Wow.
Yeah. $2.2 million a week. That's pretty good. The yacht has 8 decks, sleeps 12 guests, and has 2 helipads. You can park 2 helicopters on this thing. Gym, spa, cinema, library, pool, basketball court, and underwater observational lounge. The American TikToker, an American TikToker, of course it's TikTok, did a deep dive on the trip, estimating it to be worth $3.49 million. Oh, sorry, that's euros. No. Yeah, what? Why does it say US 3.49 million?
They switched it.
I think that's 3.49 euros. Yeah. And then $5 million US, including tips and other expenses, and one couple's flights from Los Angeles. This only included the cost of hiring the yacht for 1 week. According to Instagram, the famous group were in Antarctica for at least 3 weeks, meaning the trip could have cost triple the amount. So they're estimating $15 million. Ben Keenan, who runs the I've Been Traveling account, posted this video on Monday, attracting hundreds of comments. Then they have a bunch of really boring comments, but so here's one. So do these people just Venmo each other $300K or what? Wrote one woman. I swear we truly don't understand how rich people actually are. Stuck somewhere between, dang, I want to be rich and eat the rich, one person joked. I cannot imagine living like that. Like what? Another added. One curious person. I want to know how much money they spend yearly just on vacation expenses. Some suggested Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton, who Forbes reported to have made $65 million US. That's not true. They have this mixed up. That's okay. Last year, across contracts and sponsorships would have shouted the trip. What does that mean? Hamilton celebrated his 38th birthday on January 7th. Quote, "It's a great..." Oh, here's the fun part. Here's a quote from this Hamilton guy. "It's a great way to start the year. The most beautiful place I've ever seen. Or equal tie with Africa." He said in a video. Look at that view out there. Super grateful. So, longtime followers of our Antarctica theories will find this to be a little interesting. Of course, we have the celebritization of Antarctica. We've got celebrities touting the qualities of Antarctica. We've had the tagline "Back to Antarctica" come up in the mainstream, which is a parallel tagline to the very famous "Back to Africa" tagline, which is a Afrofuturist sort of rallying cry, as well as a Rastafarian one. And as we look as futurologists, Gons, and we've seen the mainstream media messaging about Africa and how the future is in Africa, the techno future is in Africa. Everybody agrees Africa is the future. And this is done with a very, pro-social justice-y, we're going to save Africa from itself, make it a homeland again to people who are descendants of Africans. In the same way, we've seen messaging for Antarctica, where, black people can thrive in Africa. White people will be able to thrive in Antarctica, the great white desert. When the world ends and everything goes to hell, all the rich white liberals will be flocking to Africa as the great white utopia. So to have this celebrity say Antarctica equal tie with Africa has this very interesting connotation of just how woke he is.
It's weird that we made that observation and then it comes out. And we find it in this obscure article about celebrities.
Totally.
I am a little weirded out. There's a photo here of Nina Dobrev, Jared Leto, and Zoe Deutch. Deutch. And Jared Leto, wasn't he Dr. Morbius?
Yes.
Yeah. So Dr. Morbius, don't get
this cat keeps
the cat is just crawling on you.
Straight up onto the back of my chair and crawling over my shoulder. I think he's just trying to show off how athletic he is.
I think Dr. Morbius was harvesting penguin pineal glands.
Yeah, notable vampire utopia, Antarctica.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we talked about the giant penguins, the Nephilim penguins.
Yes.
A lot of blood. A lot of blood you can harvest out of those big 350-pound, 5'2" Nephilim penguins.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't like that. And he's a 30 Seconds to Mars guy. I mean, this guy is.
He is who he is.
He is.
Yeah. No,
he is who he is.
It's very interesting to have this be, a story at all. And to having it originate on a popular TikTok is very interesting because we know TikTok is boosted. More people go to TikTok for news and stuff about the world than anywhere else now. To be using TikTok, a Chinese-owned company, the Chinese starting their resource collection projects in Antarctica and also building a naval base at Ushuaia, which is the fastest way for Americans to get to Antarctica. I'm sure they hit the big red boost button on TikTok to make this Antarctic celebrity advertisement, basically.
Because normally nowadays, or at least more recently, when the mainstream talked about celebrities and how much money they were spending on something, it was always in the context of like, oh, you're corporate, it's not positive. But for the first time in a while, it's like, oh, look at these celebrities, look at them spending their money, and oh my goodness. It's like a weird return to like the what's, I don't know what the word is, the glamorizing or the sort of indulging in the opulence of it all. It's just an interesting callback to before the eco stuff got really, the billionaires riding private jets kind of criticisms. It's not there in this story because they're going to Antarctica. That's the only reason why.
Right. When did you ever hear of actors, actresses, celebrities going to Antarctica? And when they did, it was billed as, wow, they're so brave. They're so adventurous. And in this case, it's, no, get a bunch of your buddies. Each of you can pay, $300,000 or whatever, get 12 of you, and then just take a luxury vacation and enjoy yourself. It's not an adventure. It's not dangerous. It's a luxury vacation spot is what it is.
Have as many penguin pineal glands as you want. And you brought up Ushuaia. And speaking of which, just real quick here, this is Food and Wine being mirrored on Yahoo Life, and the headline is heading to Antarctica. Don't skip the gin distillery in the Falkland Islands. So there's only one place you can try a gin that uses ingredients once collected as a sample by Charles Darwin.
Whoa.
During his stint in the Falklands in 1833.
Ooh.
Antarctica is one of the hottest. I just think it's funny. Antarctica is one of the hottest and coldest destinations for intrepid travelers these days, offering a rare glimpse of the extremes found at the planet's poles, replete with all the glaciers, penguins, seals, whales, and boundless pristine beauty you can handle.
I don't know.
Not to mention,
I don't know if I agree with the Falkland Islands being a part of Antarctica.
Not to mention all of that delightful craft gin. Wait, what? The Falkland Islands, home to some 3,300 human residents and several 100,000 sheep. Wait a minute. Are they saying that
it's a lot of sheep?
There are like hundreds of thousands of people on there, but they're just calling most of them sheep? What's going on? And plays host to one of the world's most southernmost and remote craft distilleries, Falkland Island Distillers. The distillery produces a lineup of gins evocative of their special place on the planet, the British overseas territory consisting of 778 islands found 300 miles off of Argentina's Patagonian coastline. And it gets into some of the history here. It's gin. And it's you can get Darwin's Botanicals gin.
Yeah, I know. You were pretty excited about that. I'm not 100% sure why. Is that you're 40 years old now? You're a 40-year-old millennial. You have to be enthusiastic about gin. This is just wait. The experience of drinking Mickey's gins is very much that of pouring the incredible environs
of the Falkland Islands into your glass. Quote, it reminds me of the fresh air with the smell of grass and the wet ground that you can find while walking around the Falklands, says Elliot Favre. A bartender on a recent Abercrombie and Kent holiday voyage to the Falklands, South Georgia, and Antarctica aboard the Pennant Le L'Arial. The cruise makes its final stop at the Falkland Islands before sailing further afield, offering passengers a last glimpse, and in this case, last taste of civilization before sailing down into Antarctic waters. These cruises are a lifeblood for business in the Falklands. And it goes on and on here, and it's got a picture of it. So it's the last place you can load up on your alcohol before you go into Antarctic waters. I think it'll become a hub.
That's your booze run. You stop.
This is our exit strategy. We set up shop right there with something else, not gin. Something else.
I've been to the Falkland Islands. Have I mentioned this? I've been to the Falkland Islands. It's not Antarctica. It's a famous place. Britain had a war with Argentina there. They fought vociferously over the Falkland Islands. In fact, the Falkland Islands were fought over so brutally that there are big fields there they're everywhere that still have landmines that you're not allowed to walk on. There's a lot of land. There's some crazy number. crazy number of landmines are still active in the Falkland Islands, and it's not unheard of for like penguins to go stumbling, or puffins or something to go stumbling across them. So a little bit of a war-torn area, but those Brits, they just needed some sort of cold, lonely place to make gin. That's sort of what the Brits love to do. They like to go to a place where it's rainy and gray and make and drink gin. That's sort of their specialty. And they fought a very bloody war over it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it is off the tail, the coast there, the southern tip, South America. So certainly, it's not really a direct sort of path to Antarctica.
Some consider it to be a part of Antarctica.
That's interesting.
I think technically they call it part of Antarctica, but it's so far away. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. All right, everybody. We're going to send Gons down to try some gin and look for some minefields.
Great.
Not a good combination.
Does not
there.
Sound like a good combo.
Yeah.
That sounds like a one-way trip.